As it was for all of us, the sudden transition online was a challenge for Professor Dawn Schwarzkopf in our School of Education. For Dawn, it was critically important for her to be the same person online as she was on ground.
So when I thought, okay, I have to do this online, I thought, I want to make sure that I'm still being me and I'm still being true to what we would be doing in class. I can still be my silly self, like when we're doing things, and I still say things that I see them, face plant on the screen, and I say, I saw that, or if they're like giggling and they cover their mouth, the same thing I would be doing in class. And so I think they're still seeing that, life goes on, and I'm still trying to be as goofy as I normally am in class, as well as getting the content across.
Dawn utilizes a variety of online learning tools to meet learning outcomes. She uses Zoom for synchronous class sessions. She records and posts them for any students who were unable to participate due to logistics or technological limitations. She also has used asynchronous learning. She uses one discussion board question per week, just one, very meaningful one, so that students don't feel bogged down with what sometimes they would otherwise perceive as busy work. She also shoots and posts lectures through Kaltura Capture. In her on-ground reading assessments class, students have field experiences where they are required to work with 3 different students representing 3 different levels of ability. How can they do that online during shelter in place? Dawn had to get creative. She turned for help to her nearly 16-year-old son, Trey.
He has opted to, slightly volunteered, I guess, to be my split personality student. So I've chosen a 3rd grade student, and he wears 3 different baseball caps to show which kid he is. And so he's Matthew, Mark, and Michael. So what Trey and I are doing is I'm writing a script, and then we kind of practice it, and then he and I videotape it as if I'm assessing him. So my students aren't actually assessing the students, but they're watching these, they're able to score it, they're able to interpret it, and they're able to write a reflection on it. So it's the best of what I could come up with for this time frame with no students being available. And I have asked them, I know a lot of them are at home with, some have younger siblings, some are just with their parents. The most important part of this assessment is to be comfortable with it, is to actually give the assessment. So I've asked them to have their family members be victims so that they can get a little practice. And then when we're on Zoom, that's when I also have some assessments ready to go that I've already written mistakes into, kind of another script. And so we practice together, but they're able to stop me through it or ask questions, which is exactly what we would do if we were in the classroom.
As chapter counselor for Kappa Delta Pi, the Honor Society for the School of Education, normally this time of year, they'd be having their induction ceremony. Instead of just emailing everyone a program and mailing certificates, the School of Education wanted to preserve this really special ceremony for their students. Dawn created a Zoom meeting and invited all education professors, some current student officers, and the new inductees to join for a total of about 40 people. The ceremony was not the same as it would have been in person, but it was still very meaningful for all.
And it was neat because some of them had their parents sitting beside them. Some of them had their parents standing to the side, and so that was nice that it could be a joint venture with the families as well. Just come up with creative ways to still keep that relationship strong with your students. They're missing us as much as we're missing them. I usually start my one Zoom that I have with seniors in CDEV just talking, because some of them are missing their final sports season. They're a senior. I have tennis players. I have track. I have softball. I have ones that were going to be in a drama, a play. I have, ones that just didn't get to finish their student teaching. And so I give them time to talk and to vent. I still have started every either synchronous or asynchronous course with a devotion and a prayer. I would say don't step back from that, and don't be afraid to, spend extra time in prayer if you need to with them, because they're going through a lot, and they're really trying to make sense of all this, and it's tough. So I think for everybody, just keep plugging away. Whatever you're doing, keep going and keep working on it. Do the best you can. We're not asking you to be, I don't feel like I'm being shoved down my throat to do above and beyond. I'm doing what I can.